Hey, what's going on, everybody? Different location. It's a new day, different setup that we have going on, but super, super excited. As you guys can see over on Facebook and YouTube, Instagram is actually just sitting up here on the table. I invited them over to the desk with me today to show you guys this new product. So hey, everybody in the Instagram world. Hey, everybody on Facebook. Hey, everybody on YouTube. We're doing things a little bit differently today. Trev and I are bearing these frigid cold elements on our own in studio today. So say hey, Trev, to everybody.
Hey guys, we're suffering in here.
We're suffering.
You know how it is.
In our 73-degree studio.
Yeah. We're roughing it out here.
But everybody else, we have some people that live a little bit further away, so decided to stay home. So some normal people that are in the room today are not in the room, but they are out there in the virtual world. So make sure that you're saying hi to Anna. She'll definitely be saying hi as well. Make sure you say hi to Adam, to Pam, Carolyn, to everybody that normally chimes into the live either on Instagram or on Facebook and YouTube, just to say hello. Let us know how you're doing. Before we start the live, because this is going to help me out on both sides. In a second, we're going to do our normal thing. We'll go to you guys, see who's watching in. But start dropping your comments below on the wrong ways that you've heard the name Siser pronounced, because I think the project we're going to do today is going to help everybody remember how to actually say it, that it's Siser, but drop down wrong answers only, how you've seen Siser pronounced, how you've had people text you Siser is pronounced. I think it would be really, really fun because that's going to help me out with this project. So what we'll do is Trev's doing some adjustments really quick over on Facebook and YouTube. Let's hop over to Instagram, see who's watching in, and then we're going to go over to Facebook and YouTube next. So on Instagram right now, we got a lot. Hey, Tom Stark, if you're in Instagram right now after the live, don't do it right this second, but after this live, make sure that you follow tomstark.uk. Incredible sticker maker, is using the Juliet in her full capacity to be able to print, then cut stickers and create a lot of really, really cool things. We've all been communicating back and forth with Tom over the last, I would say about a month and a half now, somewhere in there. And incredible things that are going on over there. So hey, we have Elaine is in there with Siser. Yes, that's a good one. I like that. We have Shell Bell Customs is in here. We have, let's see who's all hanging out. We have Blue Haven 15 is in here. We have Patty Albright. I said that right before the live. So we got a ton of people popping in, but make sure that you guys are putting, again, Siser, how you've heard the name pronounced, wrong answers only in the comment. Let's see. Hi, Patrick. This is Shelly from Atlanta. Hey, Shell Bells. How are you? Hopefully we'll be in Atlanta soon. Hopefully we'll be in Atlanta sometime this year, but I would love if we are, you come and see us. Come hang out with me. That would be great. All right, Trev, let's go over to Facebook and YouTube so we can get into this live, because we got a big day today.
All right, I am over on Facebook right now. Sorry if you commented way earlier. I can only scroll up so far. Facebook is great. Let's see. We got a lot of Siser. Siser. That's the classic.
A lot of it. Yep. Siser.
We got Sister. Shelly Ward. We got
Sister's a good one.
Deb Metz says Siser.
Okay.
Yep. That's another. Francis Bobo Brown said Siser, but it's misspelled Seezer.
That's perfect.
Which is that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, cool.
We've got Scissors.
Yep. That's a classic one. I think Scissors, Siser, and then Sister is definitely classics for sure.
Ian Potter with the classic Seizure NA.
All right, I like that.
Adam chimed in with Snickerdoodle. Have not heard that one.
Listen, I've only a wizard of words, or what was it that Anna had said? The Sultan of Syllables is what she called him. It was the greatest nickname. So the Sultan of Syllables himself, Adam.
I have him as vocab visionary in my lower third.
I like that. Well, remember we got the bobbleheads. We gotta do those.
That's true.
Callie Pop Kathy had come out in the group and said that we need Siser bobbleheads. So I went through just the folks that I could think of right off the top of my head, and I named every one of us as much as we could, but there's so many more awesome creative names. Well, hello. Thank you guys for chiming in. Thank you for watching.
I don't want to leave out YouTube.
And then YouTube. Sorry.
YouTube. Yep. Lorraine Castellan Rowe says, hey, Trevor. Hey, Lorraine.
Hey.
Hello to DB. Renee Waters says it is currently negative 36 degrees in interior Alaska.
So obviously warm.
Yeah.
Obviously warm. I mean, at temperatures that low, I feel like it would just feel hot because your skin's freezing off. So stay safe.
That's true. There comes a certain point in hypothermia where you start to feel a bit warm.
So stay safe. That's wild. I couldn't imagine. Have you ever been in, what's the lowest temperature you think you've ever been in before?
Dude, I don't know.
Negative 10 is it
It's
for
probably
me.
around the same
Negative
for
10.
me is yeah, in
Negative
the
10.
yeah.
Well, and truth be told, our friends in the north, there in Fargo, heat transfer warehouse, I mean, those temperatures get super, super, super crazy there. So I'd imagine they've seen like those negative 20-degree days from time to time. So anyways, all right, let's hop in. I digress a little bit. Let's hop into the live here. Let's hop into what we're showing you today, because today is an incredible, incredible day. If you're a metalhead, this is awesome. If you're, I was trying to find something cool with puff. If you're something that has to do with puff, this is also going to be really, really cool. Well, Siser, we have definitely flip-flopped things on its head, and we've actually mixed metal and puff to bring you a metallic. Let me just pull this out really quick because I think this is super important. A metallic, easy puff metallic, silver and gold heat transfer material. This is pretty incredible. Look at these. Look at the shine in there. Look at the shine. I know Trev will go to the overhead cam here, the side cam, just to get a really good visual on that. But easy puff metallic, silver and gold. And today we're gonna do a really fun project with this. And I told her to watch beforehand because I knew I was gonna call her out. If it comes down to anything puff, if you are a part of the Siser North America support group, so those of you on Facebook and on YouTube, make sure that you head over to Facebook after the live and join the Siser North America support group. Make sure to let them know that we sent you here from the live, and one of us will make sure to let you in. And on Instagram, make sure you're following along at Siser North America on all platforms and join the group, because there's somebody in the group that has taken puff projects and really had flip-flopped the way that I thought about mixed media, and that's Sarah Jane. So Sarah, you did an incredible job with this, and I'm stealing your idea, but I'm not stealing your idea because I'm giving you credit for it. Whatever platform you're watching on, I'm assuming Facebook, but if you're on IG, I'm gonna actually do a really cool project that she's been utilizing where it is puff mixed with our Strip Flock Pro heat transfer material. So we're actually gonna create a cool project today using our Easy Puff metallic, silver or gold. We'll decide kind of which one we want here in a minute. But then also we're going to be mixing it with Strip Flock Pro. Now, it is noted that Easy Puff in any of our Easy Puff line, whether it's a metallic or the standard lines, are non-layerable products. So what that means is you cannot use this as a bottom layer. However, we can apply this over top of layerable products. But in the event that in the event of the project that we're gonna do, we're actually gonna show you how to make or turn your design into a knockout or basically fake layer our Easy Puff onto our Strip Flock Pro. So I'm excited to hop into software for this one. I'm excited to show you really quickly how to create these. Today I'm gonna be using both Leonardo Design Studio Basic to show you the basic way to do this, but then I'm gonna also use Pro to show you how to step up and elevate the design. But you do not need Leonardo Design Studio for this, or even a Juliet or a Romeo cutter, whatever cutting software you have and cutting machine you have. As long as you have some of the basic tools that we're going to be showing you, you can actually create this fun project very, very quickly on your own. And again, shout out to Sarah Jane and shout out to Callie Pop for coming out with some of these really cool, quick designs that I've seen out there, and I love it so much that I'm taking it. So with that said, let's go ahead first and we're gonna hop into Leonardo Design Studio. Now, for our friends over on Instagram, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to turn this around here just so you can see my screen. Let's go ahead just like that. And then we're going to show you basically how to create these things. Yeah, let me turn this around really quick here. There we go. Hey, say hi, Trev, to everybody on Instagram.
For the second time.
Yeah. All right, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna throw this right in front of the computer and we're gonna show you quickly how to create something inside Leonardo. So this is a really simple project and process to actually do. So I'm going to go ahead in Leonardo Design Studio, and there's a reason why I asked all of you for your wrong answer only, because we're going to make a Siser pronunciation shirt. Siser, Siser, Sister, whatever it is, we're going to create something that's pretty cool. So we're going to go down to the text tool. I'm going to open up my text, and you know what? I was already looking for like more of a 70s style font, so we're going to keep that. And the first one that I always see out there is Siser. So we're going to type in Siser. We'll put the actual way to say it and spell it in the second line, and then pick another one for me. Do you want to do Siser? Do you want to do Sister? What do we want to do, Trev?
Throw in Sister.
Sister? Okay, cool. There we go. And I can spell today. This is awesome. All right, so I have my 3 words here, our wrong pronunciation, plus we obviously have the accurate way to say the name Siser. Hit apply, and this is going to go to my main artboard. Now, what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm simply going to ungroup the paths of this, and I'm just going to make sure that each of my individual words are all together to make it a little bit easier. And I want to size everything roughly around the same width, even though I know that the Siser will be a little bit bigger than obviously the Sister and the Siser. We still want to size everything, and then we're going to center it, okay? Let me bring this down just a tad here, and then we'll grow that. All right, so now we have all of our Siser, our Siser, our Sister is all in one chunk, in one clump together. Now here is where the magic happens, or where the fun part. Really simply, in Leonardo Design Studio Basic, what I can do is go down to my Build Contours, and I'm going to select Editable Contours. Now, make sure that you select Include Holes so that it will pick up all the cavities of your design. And then I always like to actually change my contour to a red or an off color, just so it's a little bit easier for me to see when I'm actually designing. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a magnifying tool so that you guys can see this in real time, that when I actually choose my offset amount, it will bring in, or basically scale that contour for me pretty quickly in software. So again, this is all in Leonardo Basic. I'm not doing anything different with it, but I can then hit accept, and now I have not only my main words, and then I also have my contour. But what we want to do for this one, because we know that the metallic puff is not a layerable product, what we want to do is we want to knock basically the front from the back, which in this case, I'm going to highlight both of these, and I won't cheat here. So I'm going to actually turn my software into basic for you, so you can see no extra tools, no smoke and mirrors, and I'm going to hit this remove from front. Well, what I want to do first, though, is I'm just going to copy and paste my actual words, not my contours, and pull a secondary or a duplicate off to the side. Select my letters, or select my entire project, and then I'm going to go to the remove front. Now, what this does is it basically does a knockout of my words to that contour, so now you can see I have that fine contour line around my design. Now, all I have to do is simply bring my word back over my contour. It doesn't have to be in any particular order, and because everything was centered horizontally and vertically, all I do is select all of my artwork, hit C and V, which will center all of my text again, and now I am ready to move on to the next step and actually create my project. Whether I want to choose, now strip flock will be my red layer, but again, I always make my contours just an off color, something easy to remember, and then now I have the black portion of my design will be where my puff lies. So this is how to actually accomplish this in Leonardo Design Studio Basic. Now let me show you how to elevate it in Leonardo Design Studio Pro, and this is what I've seen Sarah do, and I love it, is adding a warp to your design. So I can take my entire design by itself, and we're gonna scale this, or I'm gonna size this according to what we're gonna press on. And you guys know, with a lot of these lives, I like to make a bag for the 2 grand prize winners and send them this way. So we're gonna make 2 bags for this one and send them on over to you. But in Leonardo Design Studio Pro, after I've sized my design, which we're gonna put to about 7, let's go just a little bit bigger. We'll go to 8. All right, we'll go 7.5. Okay. Want to just make sure that this is sized accordingly. So now I can go in Leonardo Design Studio Pro, go down to my warp tools, and find the flag warp. And check this out. One click of a button, we've now warped. Oops, I should probably group everything together so that everything gets warped together. And then there we go. So inside Leonardo Design Studio, and in Basic, we showed you not only how to create a contour, but also how to knock out your design, basically your front layer from your back layer, and now we just showed you how to warp it. And I can adjust the warp as much as I want by pulling on the actual warp nodes, and I can really, really, really warp this out if I want. But I want to just basic like it was. I think this is perfect. And now we have a really simple Siser, Sister design that we can then go ahead and apply to this bag that we're going to make. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and highlight everything, hit send design, and then from there, I can size everything accordingly. Now earlier, I did make some adjustments to my send design, so let me just go ahead and hit send design. Don't separate by color. We would definitely want that. Move each layer to the color, the layer to the origin. So hit send, and now you already see that I mirrored my image earlier, hit my auto weed box, and I have not only my puff layer, but in this case, I also have that strip flock layer. So let's go ahead, and I'm just gonna flip-flop around a little bit here. And now we're going to go to the actual cutter itself. And there we go, just like that. Cool. All right, Trev, what kind of questions do we have coming in while I'm just setting up the Juliet here?
Let me do a quick look.
Cool.
On Facebook, Doris Dean Wilbur says not familiar with the Puff product.
Ooh, well that's a good thing because that means that I get to introduce you to something new, Doris. We have a large line of easy puff materials. They're puffable vinyl. So what you're doing on application is they're cut flat, so they look like a regular easy weed or a normal heat transfer vinyl. But when you apply pressure and you apply heat to them for an extended period of time, it actually causes the material to puff, which gives you that quote-unquote puff material. Well, we just kind of turned it on its head and we mixed them with metallics. So now we have the Easy Puff metallics that come in a metallic silver and a metallic gold, which is a really, really awesome, I think, addition to the team here. So thank you so much.
Samantha P. Doyle is just asking, subtracting the inside of the strip flock, correct?
Correct, yep, that's exactly what we're gonna do. And what you'll actually see too is you will see when we get into the actual like making and applying and weeding, you'll be able to see that strip flock piece that's actually cut out a little bit, causing that fake layering, as we will. So, alrighty. What other ones do we have coming in there?
Yeah, looking through YouTube now. Lisa Hagee, I'm very sorry if I mispronounced your name. Hagee? I'm sorry. Anyway, can you put on top of any type of HTV?
So the best way to do it anytime you're working with a puff, anytime you see the non-layerable, knockout method is always going to work, okay? Use your discretion. I will say that some people get them to work and just fine, and I can tell you what our answer is, which is if it's non-recommended, it's non-recommended. However, you'll see out there's a lot of people that do these things and a lot of people that have success with doing these things. So I always tell people at your own discretion. However, our messaging and the way that we understand it to be is if it's non-layerable, it's technically non-layerable, which means that it should make contact with the garment itself when we are doing any of these types of projects. So hopefully that answered the question. Okay, so we got a good area test going, and then all I'm gonna do right now is just set up my cut. We got any other questions floating in there, Trev?
Just scrolling through, taking a look.
Cool. And then I'll hop over into Instagram here in 1 second. Let me run a test cut. What do we got over on Instagram? Tom Stark. This is the Caesar Juliet. Love it. Thank you. Yes, Tom. Thank you for doing that. Sneaker custom artist. Ooh. The Mary 4 is a custom sneaker artist. I love that. The Juliet would definitely be a great addition to the team for sure, especially with fine detail on any stenciling that you're doing. It's a great option with a 45-degree blade. Angel B says, start over. Angel, you just have to come in. Shanita's going to come in actually on Friday from Do Dream On. She's going to come in Friday to hang out. Maybe next week, Angel, we'll have to have you come in office. I think that would be awesome. If you're not already following Angel B Designs, is a great follow as well over on Instagram for anybody that is on there. Has a lot of really cool products and projects, should I say, and always posting fun stuff. All right, cool. So I have what they just saw.
One question.
Yeah, go ahead.
April Rhodes asks, where is the auto weed box?
Ooh, inside Leonardo Design Studio. So let's hop into, really quick into software on the Send Design menu, and I'll bring Instagram up here just so you can see it. There's actually a little option right here. Now you have to have a cut file in, okay? But with that, you'll see a mirror option right there on the Send Design menu, as well as an auto weed box. And like you just saw me do over on Instagram too, because you were facing the cutter, we also have this cool button called the area test. And what that area test does, just so you guys can see on the cutter, is it will actually run the perimeter of my design without actually setting the blade down on my material. So I'm not cutting anything, but I can get a really good visual representation of how big my design's gonna be and whether it's going to fall off of the material, whether it's east to west or north to south. Because a lot of times we hate when it happens, especially with a non-auto load machine, always hate obviously when our material just gets shot off of the machine. So this ensures that the design will actually be centered and in place where I want it on my material itself. But because we did an area test, because we have a good test cut, I'm gonna go ahead and send my first design on over to the cutter so that it can actually start creating my design in real time. So let's go over to Instagram. What questions do you guys have over on Instagram when it comes to either the new material here, which is the Easy Puff Metallic Silver and Gold, Romeo and Juliet, Leonardo Design Studio? You guys shoot the questions and we'll answer them as they come. If we can, for sure. So let's see. I'm a Cricut user, but I'm sure this works the same. Absolutely. So if you're a Cricut user, a Silhouette user, I know for us here at Siser, we show everything typically with the Romeo and the Juliet because it's our cutters. We spend a lot of time developing it, and we really, really are in love with what we've come up with here. And we think that we've definitely changed the way that people are able to create, design, and also execute their fun projects that they get to do from time to time. So with that said, if you have a Cricut, if you have a Silhouette, a Brother Scan & Cut, a Roland, you have a Graphtec, they all will work for this process. All we're doing is taking our heat transfer material, creating a custom design, and going to our home cutting system and our home software, and we are cutting away. So as the strip flock's going, I'm gonna decide, I have a gray, Trev, so I'm gonna leave this one up to you, a little style choice. I have a gray bag that I'm gonna press this on. Do I go silver or gold? I think the gold might stand out, but
gold for sure.
Gold for sure.
Well, what's your other? Do you have a? You have a gray.
Just a gray. I got a gray. I got a gray bag. One? This is it. Silver or gold.
Oh, I thought you said you were doing two.
No. I'm just gonna do the one for this one, but I'm gonna do two bags. So maybe that's what we'll do.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
we'll do one with the black contour with gold for the gray bag. And then for the black bag, let's do a white contour with the silver, or we'll do a cool color. You guys drop it because you guys are going to be entering. Obviously, you guys know that we always do a giveaway. We always are doing giveaways when we do this. You guys already know a giveaway's coming. That's no secret. Why don't you guys drop a cool color combination for the next giveaway winner, for the grand prize winner? One will receive a black contour with gold on a silver bag, but I have black bags upstairs, drawstring bags, the same. You pick what color, all right, it's for you guys on Instagram. You guys pick what color you want to see as the contour color against a black bag. So that'll be by the end of the live, which we'll try to nail that down and figure it out. Okay, so I'm gonna put these off to the side really quickly. And I'm gonna grab out the strip flock layer. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and just load up my gold. Now I already did a test cut on this. I was getting pretty decent test cuts and really, really good clean cuts at around 25 for the force. For me personally, now I know that we'll have listed on our website what our recommended settings are. This is just from me playing with it. And again, guys, that also is me quickly adjusting the blade and stuff like that too. So even though it works for me, the recommended settings with proper blade exposure and all of that stuff may work just fine for you. So I want to make sure that you guys are checking that out after the fact. And I know that we'll have a really cool video coming out pretty soon. Actually today, the video will drop for the Easy Puff Metallic Silver and Gold. So make sure that you keep on a lookout for that. Literally ready to click the button to make it live on YouTube right when we get out of here. So, all right, I'm gonna go to my gold layer. Again, I'm doing a quick area test for everybody that I already explained it to. Area test just allows me to check, make sure that my material doesn't run off, or my blade won't run off of my material. It just makes it a little bit easier for me. Go ahead and hit OK, and then my design's gonna start cutting away. So now we're doing the puff layer itself. Purple would be really, really cool. I like that. Silver and blue somebody had made, what is that? Wilson Vargas Riviera. I like that. Silver and blue would be a cool one. Burgundy and gold, purple and yellow, hot pink with the silver. Anna, if you're watching, hop over on IG and get some of these, if you don't mind saving some of the suggestions, or Adam, that would be awesome, because there's a lot of really good ones. Patty Albright said silver with a red contour on a black bag. I really like that. Hot pink is a great one as well. I saw a comment in here earlier, though. Let's see. I wish I could use a different software from my brother's Scan and Cut. Listen, M Creations 247, okay? I'm just going to do this really quickly so that I can see you. Okay. So here's the thing. You can. As long as your brother's Scan and Cut software will bring in an SVG, a PNG, a JPEG style file, you could actually utilize Leonardo Design Studio Pro, do all of your designing, have the easy function of tools, just export your design out. The benefit of Leonardo Design Studio, and for you guys over on Facebook too, the big benefit is not the fact that it's this robust system and it's really easy to use. That's the icing on the cake. The big key, which nobody else is allowing you to do, so I want to make this very clear, and I'm calling out the other ones for this as well, is that you can actually export your software, or export your designs. So M Creations 247 and everybody there watching, the benefit of Leonardo is not just the fact that tools are simple to use, is not just the fact that it's accurate, is not just the fact that it's the most precise with print and cut, it's not the fact that it's the fastest, the quietest, and I know for sure that it's one of the best out there, if not the best on the market. The benefit is that when you guys design something, we're having a real conversation. This is a real conversation right now. When you're designing something, you own it. You own your design, and that's the most important thing, because you're creators, you spend the time to create, you should be able to export. So, perfect example, if you have a brother Scan and Cut, utilize Leonardo Design Studio to do all of your designing. The benefit for you is export that artwork afterwards and keep it for yourself. Bring back the freedom of, this is my artwork, these are my designs, and that's why inside Leonardo Design Studio, we're so strict on making sure that all the content is actually commercial free. You don't need, and I'm gonna say it, you don't need to be an Access member to actually be able to take your designs from a software and then have them for yourself. It's unfair, it's always been unfair, and it will always be unfair. So make sure that you guys are getting yourself involved with Leonardo Design Studio. You can go to our website. I know Trev can throw it up on YouTube and on Facebook, but you can go to our website, SiserNA.com, find the Cutter tab. There'll be a link to Leonardo Design Studio. Download the software for free today, and then allow yourself time to play with it before you commit to buying it. That's the benefit, right? And having a free software and a paid version. You get to play with it, mess around in software, mess around with designs, and then you can come back at a later date and you can say, you know what, this is for me, this is working for me in my business or for my crafts, and I want this for life. So that's the big benefit. So for your brother Scan and Cut, you can use it. It's just about learning a little bit different process or system when it comes to that. So great statement, by the way, on there. So let me go ahead and switch the cameras back around. Okay, and I'm gonna pop that right there because we're gonna have some fun now. All righty, let me go back to the comments, just trying to see who's in right now. Okay, and we got some new people in vintage to wear. Hey, thank you for hanging out. I don't know if you've been here the whole time or not, because I was on a rant there for a second. All right, so I have my gold design done. So anybody that's new watching in, this is the Easy Puff Metallic, silver and gold heat transfer material. Here's the gold right here, and then here is the silver, and I think these look freaking awesome. I love these a lot. So let me go ahead, and we're gonna weed these out together. I'm gonna drop this camera here just so you guys can see me weeding out some stuff, and then we'll move that. You guys can obviously see over here on this cam. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weed out this strip flock. And as you can see, strip flock is super, super simple to weed. And even when it tears, the nice thing is with strip flock is it really only tears in the little tiny cavities that are really, really, really fine and thin line. those hair-like cavities. So as you can see, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. Someone in chat was curious about the auto weed box. The auto weed box creates that little box around the perimeter of the design,
Correct.
so you can easily access the rest of the design, so you can weed out your cavity.
Yeah, this is actually a perfect example of the auto weed box right here. If you guys see over on Facebook and YouTube, you can see, and then you guys can see over on Instagram, the auto weed box is basically this straight box or 90-degree angle box that's drawn around my design. Simple enough, it gives me an option for two things, okay? It allows me not only to isolate all of my weeding, to one place on my design, but one of the most important things, and I think the biggest benefit is that if I wanted to take this, trim the edges down, and then save this for later, that auto weed box is now allowing me to not waste a bunch of my material because I know where my cutoff lines are. Because as we know, Trevor's done this before, I've done this before, Chloe and Anna and Adam and everybody else here at Siser's done it, to where we start to cut a design and we end up cutting through the parts that we want to keep in our design. And a lot of times with that auto weed box, I now can weed out the perimeter. So now I know where to cut and I'm not wasting my design at all. So good question, good answer. All righty. What other questions do you guys have? Do you guys have a lot of questions? I see some new people joining in, so hello to all of our new friends on Instagram hanging out with us. Anybody new over on Facebook, on YouTube, hello. We are launching a new product, a really cool product actually, and I love this one quite a bit. Trev, I didn't even ask you, what do you think about the new metallic puff?
Oh, I think it's really sweet. I mean, I like our regular puff product, but a metallic puff is definitely it gives you more flexibility with the whole puff line. You know? I think a lot of people are going to find creative ways to use it.
I agree.
Yeah, and I like how I mean, they really pop. I mean, as far as the actual gold and silver go, I mean, they really stand out.
And I will say, this is coming from one of the people here at Siser, honestly. For the ones that don't know Trev does video content here at Siser. He does it at a very high level and very well. And you still, to date, have probably had the best outcome or result with puff that I've ever seen on a garment. It was the ones that you did for I think it was Amazon maybe that you did
Is
them
that
for.
true? I think
I'm
that's
dead.
a bluff.
No. I'm not poker face, dude. I promise you. Me, I'm telling you, because even for me, I've always, some people struggle with puff, and I get it, right? But with the metallic puff, what I really liked is that the press every single time is flawless every time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? There's really no, tweaking or fixing or any tricks or anything that you have to do. It really works extremely well. So.
We do have a good question here. Gina Kovac on YouTube is asking, can you export with the free version of Leonardo, or do you have to have the pro version?
Great question. So the pro version is where you can export your designs, but that is an awesome question. We've talked about in different capacities, what can we do in basic, what can we do in pro, and what can we move around. So you never know. But I will say for now, we're going to keep that messaging consistent. Inside Leonardo Design Studio Pro is where you can do your exporting of artwork.
And I know we're about to get to this part, but
yes.
Tiffany Enquist in YouTube says, what heat setting would be recommended for this product?
Yeah, that's actually perfect. That was the next part of this. So 280 degrees for 10 seconds in 2 applications. So this is an important one. As we get into the application here in just a moment, this is 280 degrees for 10 seconds, but there's 2 separate applications for the Easy Puff metallic, silver and gold. The reason being because of that metallic finish that requires an additional press for us. So I just want to show you guys though really quickly, look how easy this stuff weeds. I mean, you guys already know when there's easy in the name that it's probably a really easy product to work with. But I mean, no tearing, no ripping, no cutting, no nothing additional. This is just right off of the machine, right off the Juliet, and we're done. And just like that, we have a couple little cavities here that we have to weed out, and there we go. So let me go ahead and cut this really quickly. Trev, do you got a good eye on the press over here? Or do you need me to move it around at all?
No, we're good.
Okay.
I think we can see it.
Perfect.
I mean, in the comments, if you guys are having trouble seeing anything, just just let me know. I can, I can.
We
get
can
up
make
and
adjustments to it.
readjust.
So I think the application of this is probably the most important when it comes to the actual puff itself. So let me go ahead and check over on Instagram really quickly, and then we're going to move this around. All right, did you create that box around your design, or does a Juliet automatically put the box? Great question. So let me actually go really quickly right back into Leonardo Design Studio, and I'm going to show you exactly where that is. Make sure hashtag replay anytime we do these so you can always stay up to date, and then you can see everything. But I'm going to flip the camera around. So right inside Leonardo Design Studio, I'm actually going to remove that box. So there's two ways to create an auto weed box. Number one, I can highlight my design, and I can go over to where my send design button is, or send to cutter button is. There's an option to mirror right here, and then right underneath that it says auto weed box. And that is all I'm selecting to then add that weeding box, or that box that you see around my design. But in the event that you don't need to use or don't want to use auto weed box, you can actually just highlight your design itself inside Leonardo. You can just select X, and X will automatically add a box as well to your design inside Leonardo. So hopefully that answered your question there. Great tool and way to save. Yeah, it really is honestly an awesome, awesome tool in my opinion, and I think a lot of people find it extremely useful and extremely helpful. So let me go ahead and set up the phone right here so you guys can now see the press. I'm going to move the computer over ever so slightly there, Trev, so everybody can see what's going on the heat press, and then I'm not in your way. Okay, perfect. So here is. I'm
going to readjust.
You're going to readjust?
Yeah,
perfect.
just to get a little closer.
No, that works. That works. Let me clean up just a tad here because we're almost done right after this. Make sure you guys stick around right after this demonstration too, because we're doing a giveaway. So you guys got to know how to enter the giveaway when it comes to the Easy Puff Metallic. I think it's awesome. All right, so all I'm doing right now is prepping my garment like we show you all the time, ensuring that I'm going ahead and doing a quick pre-press on my garment, get all the additional moisture out, allow my garment to shrink down to at least its most natural state or as close as we can. Usually takes 2 to 3 presses to really get that to shrink down, but for the sake of this application, we're going to be A-okay. Let me move this out of your way, Trev, sorry. Okay, so just making sure that you guys can see over on Facebook and YouTube really quick before we get started. Are we good now? Yep. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just putting down my first layer, which is my Siser, Siser, and Siser. See, I'm almost saying it wrong now. Okay, we're good there. And then all I'm going to do for this first one is I'm going to apply my Strip Flock Pro down to my design. Now, the reason why, again, I'm saying that I'm doing the Strip Flock Pro first is because with the Easy Puff Metallic Silver and Gold, it's a 2-step application. But at 280 degrees, what do we always tell you? If we drop the temperature of our application, we need to increase the time in which we're pressing it. It still allows the adhesive to cure and set in and all that stuff. So now that my Strip Flock layer is done, go ahead and peel that, which is perfect. And actually, this looks good just like this, with just the
really
Strip Flock outline.
That's the beauty of that font. It can really make anything look good.
It really does. I don't know. I know Anna has been raving about these like wispier, rounded fonts. She likes these like 70s style and stuff. So the next one that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and apply my gold puff, but I'm just going to fit it into my existing contour, just like that. Everything should be lined up good. Now the cool thing is with puff too that I found out when I did the first couple of applications is how sometimes in our designs that we get a little bit of the contour, a little bit of gap separation. Well, the puff actually has a tendency to spread a little bit on the application process, so it should help to fill in some of those gaps for us. So we have the first press. Again, we're at 280 degrees for 10 seconds. And this will be just our first press, and then what we'll do is we'll give the material a couple seconds just to cool. It doesn't have to be, it's not a cold to the touch, but it's more of a warm peel. So I'm just going to let it go ahead and cool off. And as you can see right now, there is no puff to this design, okay? This is not puffy. It's more of a flattened design, if anything. I'm just going to do a little test peel, make sure that we're going to be good to peel our material off. And in some spots, we're still sticking a little bit. But you know what? we're just gonna go ahead and let this cool just a tad. Hold on, let me move this off, cool it down. Sometimes with certain materials too, remember guys that it does hold additional heat. So let me just peel that. Oh, sorry, I want Instagram to be able to see this too. So I'm just gonna peel that off, and I'm just checking. Remember, I'm peeling slow, and all I'm doing is checking my material, making sure that no pieces or parts are lifting up on me so that they'll ruin the design. So there we go. Now as you see, this almost looks like, from the Instagram angle, this kind of looks a little bit like a thicker, just metal material or metallic material.
Yeah, my angle too, it kind of looks like that.
Yeah, so check this out. Now what I'm gonna do for the next step is I'm gonna grab a cover sheet, if I remembered to get one somewhere. Is there a cover sheet over there, Trev?
we're
I thought I just had one somewhere.
Well, Leona was looking for some earlier, and she couldn't even find one. So
Oh, really?
I'm gonna have to probably run upstairs or something.
No, that is okay. We probably have, here we go.
Oh, we
Be
do.
all right.
Okay.
We'll do this. Now, we should probably use Teflon, but we're gonna use this for now.
Okay.
All right, and hopefully we don't get the results we got together. That's all. All right, so here we go. So
we don't have to risk it. I mean.
No, it's okay. It's for the people.
Okay.
They want to see us risk. You guys want to see us take a risk, right? Sometimes you take risks, and that's okay. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply this for an additional 10 seconds. And now what this is allowing the material to do, like you guys see in all puff fashion, it's allowing that puff to really, really puff off of the design itself. And just like that, check it out. Look at that, Instagram. You guys see that well? Can you guys see it really good on yours too?
Yeah, I can see it pretty good.
Awesome. Here, let's see if I bring it down to the table. Such a simple contour, but it really, really accents. I'm a big into like cartoons and cartoon drawing, so it's always interesting for me to see people that do like the full color of the artwork or the cartoon. You see it all the time on like TikTok, and then they go back with like the black marker to actually do all of the line work. That's what this reminds me of a lot. So, very cool.